About 6 months ago, I uploaded a video that went on to become my most popular video ever. This video was about me spending 100 days in this VR game called Into the Radius. And now, half a year later, I decided to return. If you played this game before, let me know if you agree with what I'm about to say, and if you're new and thinking about getting the game, listen closely, because this game is unlike anything else you've ever played. And be sure to watch until the end, because I have an insane adventure that I had that I want to share with all of you. The general thing about the Radius is the fact that you are alone. Obviously, there are an insane amount of creatures trying to kill you, but on a basic human level, you are alone. The knowledge that no matter where you look, there is total human isolation is frightening. And the following realization that everywhere you look lies something trying to kill you is very unnerving. While I wouldn't really call this game a horror game, I don't really know how to describe it. Maybe more of a thriller? But the interesting thing about it is that you constantly have a feeling that you are being watched, because the majority of the time, you are. I think there's a difference between feeling lonely and feeling isolated. On one hand, you can be surrounded by people and still feel very lonely. But when you're isolated, you're not only mentally stranded, but physically as well. And in VR, this feeling is amplified 1,000 times. Just look at it. I'll talk about the audio in a minute, but for now, just look. Visually, this game is perfect. The way the enemies are positioned makes a huge difference too. In case you can't tell, a lot of the enemies are dark, shadowy creatures, and they're purposely hidden in the dark parts of the map, and forcing you to stay aware at all times. The enemies don't really make any noise until they're right beside you either. Which is even more terrifying. But that reminds me, the sound. I don't know if there's a way to describe isolation with sound, but the Radius manages to do it. You're given a false sense of security when everything falls silent, as you believe that you are safe, but the harsh truth of the Radius is you're never safe. This type of ambiance is what separates games like Into the Radius from games like Minecraft, because in both Minecraft and Into the Radius, you're alone with things trying to kill you, but the general ambiance separates them. The dramatic atmosphere of the Radius is what makes this game so addicting, as it isn't some scary, terrifying thing that you'd want to avoid. It's strangely beautiful, and it causes you to wonder, what did it even look like before?
I'm starting to like the new view. So green and quiet. It would be nice to move here.
The Radius has a large range of enemies, but each has something different about them that keeps the game interesting. Some of the enemies just shoot you from a distance and make you think more tactically. Some are not too dangerous at all, but make you a lot more cautious of your journey. Some are just very intimidating. Whoa! And the rest are just the worst things to ever exist. Undoubtedly, the most amazing thing about the Radius is the story. While it is an open world game, the missions and story give you more of a sense of purpose. They give you a goal. You're thrown into this mysterious and strange place unlike anything you've ever seen. They let your natural curiosity guide you to uncover the truth. The only thing that allows you to keep going and fighting is one question. What if? You go further and further into the Radius and keep learning more and more until finally you reach the end and are forced to use your knowledge to make a decision. And you will never know which one I've chosen. I had a little bit more trouble naming this part of the video because I was originally going to just talk about the store before realizing that the entire safe zone has so much more for us to do. I'm going to start things off with the room. There's so much to do in just this small space, and I'm so thankful the developers actually took the time to make this part entertaining. It has plenty of places to store things, and it's a very cozy place to live, with everything that you need being just a few steps away. It's really comfortable to be in. Not to mention the guitar, which on its own is amazing.
I'm just a lonely man in the Radius. I haven't felt a woman's touch, or a kiss. I'm off fighting these monsters and stuff. Little did I know, I can't rhyme something with stuff.
The store and train system is amazing too. You can buy, sell, upgrade, and customize anything you want right there, which is just so awesome. Everything is very satisfying to mess around with, and again, just massive thank you to the developers. The weapons themselves have insane perks. First off, they're fully customizable, which is awesome on its own, but even the bullets that you use are customizable as well. As you use guns, you'll eventually need to clean them or they're going to do a lot less damage, which is a great touch. The only thing that I think should be added is maybe more melee combat items, but don't get me wrong, melee combat is a terrible idea in this game. But when you do need to use them, it would be nice to have some more options. The inventory system is amazing too, not just the backpacks, but oh my gosh, the backpacks! But also the way everything just rests where it is, all the pockets and everything is just so easy to grab, and I love it. With everything that I mentioned before, I'm gonna give you a trip into the Radius with a much similar style as my 100 days video. This way you can experience the Radius in a brand new way.
Shoot.
Whoa! Into the Radius has changed the way VR games should be made, and for the better. We don't need these basic, average games that have a million flat screen counterparts. We need games that utilize VR as it is to make the experience more personal. And with the announcement of Into the Radius 2, I for one am very hopeful for the future of VR titles. And if you want a video on that, please let me know. And also, thank you to my channel members listed here. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, well, there's a button for that. And while you're down there, consider subscribing for more, leave a comment on your thoughts, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing week.